And on India Today, let's begin this very sweet broadcast with news of the Bhog that will be given to devotees, not just the 8,000 odd devotees who would be there, the 4,000 seers and the other Ganmanya Vyakti or the VVIPs would be there at the Prana Pratishtha ceremony, but also others for whom this Bhog is being prepared. So let's just walk around and let's begin by showing you the Bhog that is being prepared here at the Maha Yogi Samrat Brahma Maharishi Shri Devraha Babaji's Ashram. This is in the Chhavani area, and these are devotees who are preparing this Bhog. No one can eat it, not just as yet. Why? Because unless Lord Ram eats it, unless it's presented to Lord Ram, how can his bhakts have it? So while you love it, while you love to look at it, you cannot eat it just as yet. But how is this process, this entire process? Let me now take you to where this Bhog is being prepared and how it will be taken for devotees. Now, this is where the besan ke laddu is being prepared. This is step one. It's being prepared in Desi Ghee, and Desi Ghee of the Desi cow. Once it is prepared here, and we'll explain the entire process. This is a process that's on virtually 24/7. Besan and Desi Ghee. What are the ingredients? We'll also tell you about the ingredients. That is where a mound is prepared of besan ke laddu in Desi Ghee. We'll tell you about the other ingredients. The process is very clean. The money comes from devotees and Devraha Baba. Then it is rolled into laddus here by the devotees and then taken. So let's now talk to some of those who are engaged in this task. Which I must also tell you, for all the devotees, the laddus will be sent in boxes like this, stainless steel boxes like this. And would you want to even, what does it say? It says Shri Ram. This is what it says. So let me come to, okay. ये इस तरह से पूरा पैक होकर यहाँ पर आएगा. क्या बात है. तो श्री राम जन्मभूमि प्राण प्रतिष्ठा समारोह
श्री देवराहा हंस बाबा
न्यास की तरफ से ये लड्डू इस तरह. अच्छा, इसमें पैक भी हो गए हैं लड्डू.
पैक्ड है ये
7 लड्डू,
7 और 5 इस तरह का कॉम्बिनेशन है.
तो चलिए अब हम बात करते हैं. देखिए इस तरह से ये लड्डू श्रद्धालुओं को दिए जाएंगे. और अगर आपके मुंह में अभी पानी आ रहा है, तो जैसे मेरे मुंह में आ रहा है, लेकिन आपको प्रतीक्षा करनी होगी परसों तक की, क्योंकि जब तक भोग रामलला को नहीं लग जाता, तब तक रामलला के भक्त कैसे खा सकते हैं. So ये पूरी प्रक्रिया, explain this entire process to us. We'll come to the thought process, but where does the besan come from? And the ghee that is being used is also of a very particular variety.
This is ghee A2 variety, Indian cow, Desi Indian cow, Desi ghee, and no water.
No water.
No water. This is pure besan, pure ghee, Desi ghee of cow, and of course चीनी और बाकी इलायची और वो जो पड़ता है काजू, कैश्यू नट वगैरह वगैरह, वो चीज़ें हैं. बट मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन दैट इज दी भाव विच हैज़ बीन पैक्ड इनटू इट बाय ए त्रिकालदर्शी महायोगी ब्रह्मविद्या श्री देवराहा हंस बाबा जी फॉर एक्सप्रेसिंग ग्रेटिट्यूड टू हनुमान जी फॉर ऑर्गेनाइजिंग लिबरेशन ऑफ राम जन्मभूमि. बाबा जी सेज ओनली हनुमान जी इज रेस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर दिस. Human beings, of course, at the Laukik Jagat level, say VHP or Sangh Parvar or whatever, so many, but they are only at the Laukik Jagat level. At the Alaukik Jagat level, two Trikaldarshi Mahayogi, Brahmrishi Shri Devraha Babaji and our Brahmveta Shri Devraha Hans Babaji, who is organizing all this, they are there, and Hanumanji. They have invoked Hanumanji because Hanumanji is the one. Only he is capable of doing Bhagwan Ram's work.
Well, there is no denying that fact. Ram Kaj Karbe ko Atur. Anyway, we say for Lord Hanuman, and any trouble that anyone may be having, it's Hanumanji who solves all your problems. But look at the devotees here. Let's also walk across. Little children, young people, their parents, their mothers, look with a smile on their faces. They are packing, these laddus and everything else that comes with it for the bhakts of Lord Ram. कुल मिलाकर आपसे अगर मैं पूछना चाहूँ, कुल मिलाकर कितने लड्डू तैयार किए जा रहे हैं?
कुल मिलाकर 13 लाख लड्डू अगर नंबर की बात करें, और 13.5 लाख लड्डू है, और अगर हम उसको टन्स की बात करें तो 45+ टन लड्डू तैयार किए जा रहे हैं।
45 टन लड्डू बनाने में समय कितना लगा है?
ये पिछले 5 तारीख को पूरी टीम यहाँ पे आई थी और अभी तक ये निरंतर बन रहा है, और हमको लग रहा है कि इसको पूरे बनाने में अगले 8-10 दिन और लगेंगे, क्योंकि प्रसाद पूरे और लोगों को मिलना है और जगह जाना है।
तो ये प्रसाद, I do want to tell all our viewers that this prasad isn't just restricted to the saints, the sages, the seers who will come on the 22nd for the Prana Pratishtha, but throughout this month. And Prasad is coming from here, Prasad is coming from Mathura, Prasad is coming from the Balaji temple, it's also coming from the Balaji temple, it's coming from several other temples from across the length and breadth of our country. What does this indicate? This indicates Lord Ram unites our entire nation in one bond. And when a Divya Bhavya Ram temple is coming up in Ayodhya, so while you have mithai, what you also keep in mind is that our entire country is once again uniting in a strong way in one bond. I'll get you much more on the story, but before that, take a look at this report. Quickly cut across and listen in to Abhishek. Abhishek, my colleague, has filed this input.
मैं सोच नहीं सका था कि प्रभु मेरे सामने खड़े हैं, और मतलब हम लोग सब ऐसा कर रहे थे कि लिपट जाए उनसे जाके, पर सौभाग्य मिला। हम लोगों ने जब दूध चढ़ाया, उन पे घी चढ़ाया, हमने पूरी उनकी सब लेप किया सब तरह से, बहुत ही रोमांचित था। कल तो सारे देवी देवताओं का आह्वान हुआ था और मुख्य संकल्प लिया गया था कि अब प्राण प्रतिष्ठा होने जा रही है, तो सारे देवी देवताओं का आह्वान हुआ था कल, और आज जो है वास्तु का और राम दरबार का हुआ था।
एकदम नेत्र जब मूर्ति तैयार हो जाती है, जिस मूर्ति का निर्णय हो जाता है कि इसी मूर्ति को वहाँ ले जाना है, तो उसके नेत्र तुरंत बंद कर दिए जाते हैं और उसको स्थापित कर दिया जाता है। तो ये काम जो है वो तो वहीं होता है, और जो आँख खुली हुई दिखाई दिया मूर्ति, वो मूर्ति है ही नहीं है। ऐसा स्वरूप मिल ही नहीं सकता। यदि मिल गया है तो उसकी जांच होगी, या फिर ऐसे किसने खोल दिया और कैसे ही मूर्ति वायरल हो गई।
महन जी का आदेश था कि 22 तारीख को प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के बाद भगवान को पहला प्रसाद जो चढ़ेगा वो हमारे यहाँ का चढ़ेगा। तो महन जी के आदेश पे हम लखनऊ से प्रसाद लेकर आए। ये सारा विधि विधान के हिसाब से जो प्रसाद चढ़ना चाहिए वो हमने इसमें लगाया है, ये महन जी के माध्यम से।
And I want to bring in India Today's Abhishek Mishra for more on this. Abhishek, so while we look at all the mithai that's being prepared, all the sweetness that we see around, what we also see around is preparations for the Prana Pratishtha, and every day there is a different anushtan that is being followed. Bring us the details that you have.
Well, absolutely, Gaurav, and this Anusthana will continue for next 2 days as well, 48 hours before the consecration ceremony in Ayodhya. And before that, these are the several levels of Anushthan which have been done. It is believed in the Hindu mythology that when the god is called as part of any consecration, there are several vas which are being done. be at the Jalvasa, be at the Vayuvas, be at the Falavas, keeping the idol of the deity surrounded with the fruits in water and also in anna, that is the food. So that several types of vasa are being done now. We have also got to know that the snana, the bath, was done in the morning, and after that this has continued for a long time. So all these ceremonies, all these rituals are run up to that particular moment, that consecration, which the muhurta is of 84 seconds. So that will be done in the presence of Prime Minister Modi. He is the second Yajamana. Anil Mishra from the trust, he is also the main Yajamana of that ceremony. So that will all lead to the, this particular ceremony. But also what is very important is, Gaurav, that we have witnessed now the Ram Parisar is getting decorated. We have done a report from there, how the flower arrangements has been made. There are also, arrangements for the lights. And also at the same time, today onwards, as you know, that the darshanas of Ram temple have been restricted till 22nd because they need to make several preparations just as to go for this consecration ceremony. So that is also very much required. So that's all is happening. We can certainly see, at the Lata Chowk, at the Ram Ki Pedi, at the Hanuman Gadi, how the devotees are now in full color, in full sentiment of Lord Ram. And they are chanting, they are singing, they are dancing to the tunes, and it's hardly some are left for that moment, and that is why the sentiments are very much high in Ayodhya.
That emotion is there, that emotion is so visible, that emotion is so visible, and that emotion actually reflects in every manner here in Ayodhya. But what's the procedure that's followed for devotees who reach Ayodhya? The norm is that they take a dip in the holy river Saryu before darshan at the Ram Mandir, and ultimately, of course, come for the Prasad, which is very, very tempting and mouth-watering. I want to bring you this report that I filed from the banks of River Saryu, and of course patrolling with the Uttar Pradesh police along the River Saryu. We bring you this report. River Saryu, considered one of the most auspicious rivers in our country. And right now, the India Today team is on an Uttar Pradesh police speedboat in the Saryu River. Now, this is one of the most auspicious rivers. Before I tell you more about this, look at Maruti. Maruti is a solar boat that has now been inaugurated by the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, and this solar boat will take pilgrims inside the Saryu River. It is believed here that just looking at the Saryu River is something that gives you immense peace of mind. You don't need to take a holy dip to get that peace of mind, because this is the river where Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram used to come and sit and play in the lap of this river. That's the belief here in Ayodhya. And just look, there are so many boats here. It's extremely cold here in Ayodhya right now, but despite this cold, there are a large number of devotees and pilgrims who've come here to take a holy dip in the Saryu River before darshan at the Ram temple in Ayodhya. Now, ahead of the Prana Pratishtha, these devotees are taking a dip in the Saryu River, going for darshan. It is believed that once you take a dip in this holy water and you touch this to your forehead, all sins are washed away. But for these devotees, it's their faith, it's their belief that you take a dip in the Saryu and visit the temple to seek Lord Ram's blessings. That's exactly what is happening even for the Divya Bhavya Vigraha, or the idol of Lord Ram. It is being bathed in the holy water of the Saryu. It is expected that between 75,000 to 1 lakh devotees will come every day for a dip in the Saryu, and that is why these Uttar Pradesh police personnel are here to ensure no one drowns in the river and no miscreants are able to create any difficult situation for the devotees. The armed police also deployed here. With cameraman Satya Rautre in the Saryu River, Ayodhya, Gaurav Sawant for India Today. So it's that emotion, it's that bhav that brings devotees to Ayodhya, and it's that bhav that actually goes into the making of this Bhog, of this Prasad, which is first served to Lord Ram.
Trikaldarshi Mahayogis who have become one with the God, they know that this process of liberation of Ram Janambhumi has been organized and completed by Hanumanji and his Adhyatmic forces. So this is to express gratitude of a Mahayogi towards Hanumanji and Bhagwan Ram.
Tell me this, will the prasad for the Ram temple only be besan ka laddu, or that hasn't been decided just as yet? This is only for the Bhog ceremony.
Prasad, besan ka laddu, and of course, no. Only besan ka laddu from Babaji's organizations, Brahmaveta Shri Devraha, Hans Babaji.
Okay.
And another component is Paravani Prasad. Paravani means his Vani,
Okay.
which is some sort of Bij mantra which has become a tree now. This resolution was taken by him almost 35 years back.
What a brilliant thought. What a brilliant thought you're saying. Brilliant. Let me also now take this thought forward. Let me quickly cut across to this report that India Today's Samrat Srivastav has filed on those gold-plated doors that have now been installed in the Garbhagriha of the Ram Janambhoomi temple. The finest quality teak wood and 100 kilograms of gold plating on those 14 doors. They truly, those doors which are like 12 feet by 8 feet, truly look divya and bhavya. Samrat Srivastav with this report.
जो दरवाजों में लकड़ी का इस्तेमाल हुआ है वो अनुराधा टिम्बर इंटरनेशनल कंपनी की है और उसके जो मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर हैं वो हमारे साथ हैं शरद बाबू। बहुत स्वागत है आपका आज तक पर। शरद जी, आप अयोध्या में भी मौजूद हैं, पहले तो बताइए कैसे आपको बताया गया कि आपको ये राम मंदिर का दरवाजा तैयार करना है, क्या कुछ हुआ?
जी, श्री राम जन्मभूमि भव्य मंदिर के लिए मेरे को 3 साल पहले चंपत राय जी ने एक मॉडल बनाने को बुलाया था। हमने सागवान लकड़ी में मॉडल जैसा मंदिर अभी बन रहा है, सेम मॉडल हमने वुड में बना के मैंने श्री राम नवमी को लाके इधर प्रतिष्ठा इधर लगाया था। फिर बाद में हमको लास्ट ईयर जून में हमको बुलाया गया और बोला आफ्टर इंटरव्यूज अक्रॉस इंडिया whoever are the best skilled people who can do such doors, they did their own research. Tata Consulting Engineers, L&T, Ayodhya Trust, they shortlisted and selected us. तब से हमने बनाना शुरू कर दिया और दरवाजा पूरा दरवाजा इधर ही राम सेवक।
And I'm with a group of devotees. These are the devotees who've actually sat here and with love, with emotion, with bhakti, packed all those laddus together. क्या वो भक्ति भाव है जिसके बीच आपने वो सारे लड्डू?
बहुत खुशी हो रही है, लग रहा है भगवान साक्षात हम लोग को दर्शन देने आ रहे हैं।
यही भाव है, लग रहा है भगवान राम आ रहे हैं।
हम लोग एकदम राम भक्त राममय हो चुके हैं, एकदम राम के लिए कुछ भी करने के लिए हम लोग तैयार हैं। घर छोड़ छाड़ के हम लोग यहाँ
जाते हैं।
एक विशेष अनुभूति जिसको शब्दों में बयान नहीं किया जा सकता है।
वर्षों के इंतजार के बाद ये दिन आ रहा है।
वर्षों के, सदियों के इंतजार के बाद ये समय आया है। जी
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। हम लोग 10 दिन से यहाँ पे लगे हुए हैं।
क्या बात है। तो यही जो ममता है वही तो मिठास लाती है इस भोग में। और जय श्री राम।